Super excited to have you here. Hey, everybody, come on in. Go ahead and don't forget to click like and share. You're going to see me moving and wandering from monitor to monitor because I am on a mission to disrupt your current activities and functions because I deserve to. Because I deserve to make sure that you're getting impacted and you're getting the valuable information that's been downloaded into me in order for me to release it back to you. But for now, how's everybody doing? Go ahead and let me know where you're tuning from, where you all are at. I'm here in the Tampa Bay area of Florida. Let me know. Go ahead and put in the comments where you're tuning from. Listen, this is going to be, if you missed yesterday live, I suggest that you need to go ahead and pause and go back to it. For the next, like I was telling you everybody yesterday, for the next 30 days, this is day 2. We're going to talk about, I'm going to break every day into 10 to about 30 little bite-sized episodes on why you're stuck. The 30 reasons why you're stuck. We're in day 2. Go ahead and click like. What are you waiting on? Go ahead and share this. Let me know that, oh my gosh, I am about to go ahead and grab your pen and paper. I am about to embark you with so much knowledge and so much value. Because here's the truth. You're in a position right now in your life. Here it is. We're now closing in on 2022. If you're finding yourself repeating certain behaviors and certain patterns and not seeing a shift, and not seeing a turnaround, well, let me go ahead and press upon you. Thank you for the hearts. Thank you for the hearts and the loves. Go ahead and put in a comment, go ahead and put one that, Ruth, I'm ready. I'm ready for you to unleash the second reason why many people, many high achievers, many successful people, even not and in the okay, all right, average folks. The second reason for being stuck is the fear of missing out. But I'm going to go into this even more in the fact of wanting to learn and acquire more knowledges and maybe thinking you're going to miss out on something. Let me go ahead and ask you specific questions. Do you feel like you're always turned on? Let me go ahead and put one in the comment. Do you feel like you might be that person who's always constantly Googling, right? How does this work? And what is this made of? Or maybe perhaps you have this excessive, need to constantly check your emails. Check your social media, check your online news, and whoa. This form of behavior, my friend, or pattern is typically described or has been called insomnia. Have you heard of this? Go ahead and put a 2 in the chat that you heard. Which, by the way, this is not no clinical diagnosis, but it has been linked to the fear of missing out. Who told you that you had to always constantly be on information overload? The world has it all crafted, by the way, through what? Through social media, through just going on the World Wide Web, right? And this compulsive need for people to have to consume massive amount of information, yet you wonder, right? You wonder why you are losing focus. Yet you wonder why you're lacking the ability of being mindful. Who can relate? Say, I'm not alone, Ruth. You're not alone. Go ahead and put, you're following, you're tracking with me. Yes? Go ahead and put a 2 in the comments. Thank you for the hearts. I appreciate it. I'm going to go somewhere. We're going to dive in. We're going to drive this bad girl home. I promise you. You ready? Here's the truth. When you're in so much wild hyper mode of getting all this information because you're in this insomnia type of phase of your world and your life, like simply wanting to get up in the morning and enjoy your breakfast. A butter lighted toasted croissant. Oh, that smell. I even smelled it just then. That smells so good with some warm, sweet cocoa. Where are you getting at, Ruth? Take the time to just focus. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm a true believer when it comes to lifelong learning. I'm a true believer in always wanting to remove yourself from ignorant, because they say the lack of knowledge is due, the lack of ignorance is because of lack of knowledge. We fail due to lack of knowledge. But what about excessive knowledge? What about way overboard on beyond it, right? Yet you wonder why you're still doing certain things that's not moving the needle forward. But here's the thing, my friend. Go ahead. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for coming on in. I appreciate that. Hey, Orman. Here's the truth. This wildly thirst for knowledge, or to have your finger on the pulse at all times, can seriously do some damages, my friend. Hereby potentially reducing your ability, number one, to focus on certain tasks at work. Sometimes you might feel like, oh, what was I supposed to do it again? You're already having this 40 plus mindset, and maybe I might be talking about myself, where you're thinking like, oh my gosh, I need to reduce, sometimes what you're doing, this behavior pattern of information download is now having your mental way of sharpness even impact your ability to think clearly. Even to get your full 8 hours of rest, or even 6 to 8 hours of rest. You need to give yourself permission to know when is enough, right? And all these types of behavior or patterns, my friend, is taking you away from moving forward in your goals and aspirations in life, whether it be in your career, whether it be in your relationship, whether it be spending time more with your family or your spouse. So you end up feeling like what? Who can relate? You're feeling what? Uber busy. These are some of the actual behavior patterns. You're feeling uber busy all the time, but yet guess what? You're not progressing. You're not even progressing. Thereby, you're keeping yourself stuck in all this information overload day after day. Go ahead and give me some high fives in the messages. Go ahead. I would love to hear you in the comments. You're stuck in the knowing. And that's okay if you feel like you know all this information, but when are you going to wrap it up? When are you going to wrap it up to where, let me know how this is perhaps serving you if you're going to stay here, if you're going to still consume all this information every day by going into social media, by going into Google, by wanting to be some sort of investigator. You're so passionate about self-development, but when are you going to know when to pause for the cause? When are you going to know that you're so passionate into wanting to commit to growth, but when are you going to prioritize that? Prioritize your growth. Yes. Go ahead and put a comment. Let me know you're relating with me. Any questions? Is this resonating with you? If this is super valuable, let me know in the comments and I will extend on that. Maybe perhaps create a very free series and just embark on how to shift, how to take yourself from information overload, insomnia that is, to now just having it to where you're scheduling and balancing yourself, being intentional about wanting to do personal growth, being intentional about wanting to achieve your goals and to have a better way of life and living in this day and age, right? You want to be, you have all this intellect, but you don't do half the things that you've been consuming. You don't implement, right? Who can relate? Go ahead and let me know, Ruth, you're not alone. You don't apply your knowledge. This is called the knowing, basically you're taking all this and you're knowing and you're doing, but it's a gap in your knowing, doing gap. I like to call it a knowing, doing gap. And this is coined, this is actually not my quote, if you will, is actually done by Jeffrey Pfeiffer and Robert Sutton in the Harvard Business Review article. But here's the truth. Let me go ahead and close this. Let me close it right in, because I want to go home with this. I want you to be able to give yourself permission to say, you know what, Ruth is onto something. I'm going to go ahead and plan when to do some personal growth. When do I need to go ahead and plug into social media and perhaps catch up with any type of day-to-day news, maybe doing it perhaps 30 minutes a week or an hour a week, or maybe perhaps 15 minutes a day. Where am I getting at? You want to be specific and clear on balancing out your intake of information. Listen, I am a spiritual change maker myself. I move based on how the spirit moves me. If this is super helpful for you, let me know in the chat room. Like, Ruth, this is definitely down my pipeline. Thank you for sharing this with us. Thank you for sharing this with me. My goal is to have you disrupt your current pattern and make a shift. Do a full 180. Don't allow this type of pattern or behavior of insomnia to go into your new year. Yes? It's time to go ahead and instantly disrupt it. Let me know how good it is. Wait till tomorrow. Ooh, it's going to be even more delightful. Go ahead and let me know in the comments, how has this been able to help provide you some clarity of wanting to move from being stuck to getting to unstuck in this information overload world. You and I know that you don't want to experience insomnia, infomania, what they would like to call it, infomania, excuse me. But it does give you lack of insomnia because of the fact that you're stuck in infomania world. Again, it's not a clinical type of experience, but it's almost like you're basically giving all this type of information overload to where it's now making you feel so consumed where you're mentally drunk. You're mentally drunk because you're not thinking clearly, you're not focused. Again, we talked about this earlier, but each time you do this, you get basically beautifully rewarded with dopamine, a dopamine hit. I'm done. I'm going to go ahead and drop the mic. Let me know if this is super helpful. Kind of let me know if this is something that you're wanting to proceed and chime into. Give yourself permission. We talked about yesterday about meditation. We talk about, giving yourself mindfulness and setting some time to self-image, to self-reflect, to go ahead and just silence the noise in your mind. Tomorrow, we're going to go ahead and lay out the red carpet on the third reason why you're stuck. In the meantime, go ahead and share this broadcast. Have an amazing day. Continue staying positive and encouraged. Again, this is Ruth. For those who don't know me, I am a career strategy partner. I have taken mid-level professionals and up who are looking to market their skills online so that they can start magnetizing those premium companies their way in as little as 30 days. Now go ahead and have an amazing day and see you around here tomorrow. Cheers. Bye for now.